prayer in the field of silence, rewiring the brain. In the sacred stillness beyond words, there is a place where the past has no voice and the future makes no demands. It is here, in the field of silence, that the true work of transformation begins, not with force but with presence. This is the space where old patterns unravel and the unseen architecture of a new self begins to take shape. The field does not require effort. It responds to coherence. It listens to frequency. And the first frequency it recognizes is awareness. With gentle attention, we begin to notice the thoughts that run like background noise, not because they are true but because they are familiar. These patterns were never chosen. They were inherited, rehearsed, repeated, until they became part of who we believed we were. But in the quiet, we start to see them for what they are: programs, not prophecies; habits, not truth. We are not bound to them. We are only bound by our willingness to notice and choose again. And so the work begins, not by erasing the old but by practicing the new. Like learning a language never spoken aloud, we start to rehearse what has not yet occurred. Not from fantasy but from intention. The brain, loyal and impressionable, does not know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It fires and wires with repetition. Every thought rehearsed, every emotion embodied, every vision lived internally begins to etch new circuits in the architecture of the mind. We close our eyes not to escape the world, but to enter the one we are building. Through mental rehearsal, we begin to walk in that world. We see ourselves responding with grace, speaking with clarity, moving through life with purpose and calm. The inner rehearsal becomes the blueprint. And over time, that blueprint becomes biology. Synapses strengthen. Pathways open. The unfamiliar starts to feel natural, and the mind begins to anticipate the future we are now aligned with. But thought alone is not enough. The field listens more deeply to emotion. And so we call in elevated feelings, not as a reaction to something external, but as a conscious signal we send from within. Gratitude for what has not yet arrived, joy for the unfolding we are already becoming, love for the mystery itself. These are the magnetic currents that draw the new self into being. The brain may design, but the heart empowers. It is in this alignment that real change begins. As gratitude fills the body, as coherence rises between heart and brain, the field receives a signal strong enough to bend reality. This is not a metaphor, it is electromagnetic fact. The elevated self, practiced and felt, becomes a broadcast. And that signal, sustained over time, begins to shape what shows up in our lives. This is not wishing, this is wiring. And the process is not quick, but it is sacred. There will be moments when the old self calls us back with its familiar discomfort. When doubt visits. When the body resists. When the world does not reflect our efforts right away. And yet this too is part of the rewiring. Because consistency, in the absence of evidence, is what makes the new circuit stronger than the old. We practice not because it's easy, but because we are choosing a life that reflects who we are becoming, not who we've been. The repetition is not punishment. It is the path. Just like a muscle must be trained, the brain must be reconditioned. And the nervous system must learn to trust the new signal. We return to meditation not out of obligation, but because each return makes the unfamiliar more familiar. Each breath slows the noise. Each moment of presence reconnects us to the version of ourselves that is not ruled by memory, but guided by vision. In this practice, we are not waiting for change, we are becoming change. We are no longer rehearsing the pain of the past. We are rehearsing the future in real time. Every time we sit in stillness, every time we visualize with clarity, every time we feel with intention, we are planting neural seeds. And with care they grow. First as inner knowing, then as outer experience. Until one day the person we've been rehearsing becomes the person we are. Let patience be your companion. Let the mystery be your ally. Let the unseen be enough for now. The field does not rush. It responds to rhythm, to honesty, to consistency. And most of all, to love, not romantic love, but the deep, anchored love for life itself. A love for possibility. A love for who you are becoming. A love for the divine intelligence within you, already guiding this process without needing to be understood. So slow down, not to lose momentum, but to build it from the inside out. Slow your thoughts, not to silence them, but to see which ones are truly yours. Slow your breath, not to escape the body, but to return to it as a sanctuary. And in this stillness, let every fiber of your being begin to believe in something greater than circumstance, something already alive inside you. Let this prayer be your vow, not to a future outside of you, but to a presence within you. A presence that can think new thoughts, feel new feelings, make new choices, and build new circuits that reflect the version of you that you came here to become. This is not imagination. This is transformation, practiced in silence, embodied in emotion, and revealed in time. So breathe deeply, allowing the breath to carry you beyond what is known. Feel fully, letting emotion rise as the signal of your new reality. Rehearse gently, again and again, until the mind learns to expect beauty. Choose deliberately from the truth of who you are, not the memory of who you were. And in this rhythm of presence, allow yourself to become, not someday but now.